Welcome to the Intuitive Therapist Podcast with Janis Cohen, therapist, clairvoyant, empath, and medium. Listen in as she takes a no-nonsense deep dive into real human struggles and how to resolve them. Janis will share channeled information from her spirit guide team, as well as the angels and archangels, to help you master your emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual destiny. And now, Janis R. Cohen.
Hey y'all, this is Janis Cohen, the Intuitive Therapist, here on the Intuitive Therapist Podcast. I want to first start out by saying thank you so much to everybody who has written reviews, who has listened to episodes and given me amazing feedback. I just had somebody the other day say, I just started to listen to your podcast and it's really opened my mind to thinking about things differently. I feel like I'm growing and learning so much. And I've neglected this part of me. And so it's so nice to feed my soul this way. And I just was blown away. So thank you to everybody who's written to me from around the world saying how much you enjoy the podcast. And I thank you so much for being dedicated listeners. It means the world to me. Several weeks ago, I recorded a podcast episode where I spoke about how to have faith with sight unseen. And it was called Fear or Faith, or Faith or Fear. I can't remember which one it was, but it was those two words I used. Today's episode, though, is somewhat similar to a degree, but it has to do with how you honor the relationships you have with your spirit team and the universe after you've had a request, after you've given a request for assistance. So today is all about how to trust spiritual assistance. Because most of the time, like anything, anywhere, you go to a restaurant, for example, and the waiter or waitress takes your order and brings you your food. And typically, most people, unless you're hangry, yeah, we all know what that is, or you're just selfish, which people are, self-centered, you say thank you, right? And it's the same thing when you put your request into the universe. Sometimes we could become so accustomed to asking for help when we're in dire straits or desperate for something to work out the way we'd like to, we typically forget to say thank you when we offer our plea to God, to the world, to the angels, whoever it is. We don't have to have the same name for it. I remember so many times through school, and I think maybe because academically school was tough, but I knew I was smart, I would say, please let me pass this test. Please let me do well. Or please let this guy ask me out. Or please let's stay together. Or please let me not get in a wreck. So it was in those times where I felt desperate. When I grew up, that's really when I remember pleading, asking for help. But I can't say that I always said thank you. So asking the universe, your angels and guides, to help you is the same thing. You are literally asking for help, so how could you forget to share your gratitude for the unseen assistance after you ask? So many times I've been reminded that there is so much more out in the universe that supports us being who we need to be in this lifetime that I could ever imagine. And I might be doing work then, and then I'll see something on my Facebook feed that confirms what it is that I was just thinking about. We call those synchronicities. They're not coincidences. The universe hears us even when we don't speak. It is our vibration. It is our normal, true way to communicate with the universe. Or let's say I'll be in the middle of something and an idea, thought, or answer pops into my consciousness. Ideas, thoughts, and answers I had not previously been able to access. And then all of a sudden, boom, there it is. There's what I've been looking for. And I laugh and I say, thank you to my team. I've learned to do that. Saying thank you is a way of releasing our concerns into trusted hands and getting out of the way so that the universe's divine order can work on our behalf. Staying connected to source energy is what we all want to feel. And whether you call it source energy or not, I don't care. That's between you and whatever higher power you're connected with. But that feeling is peaceful, it's grounded, it's inspiring, and it offers us security. We can exhale. We can plug in and recharge, but in between those times, we're operating on our reserves of energy, our battery, our own personal battery. I know that everybody's felt that when all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted. So we tend to become drained from our own personal source of power, ourselves. Even being surrounded by people that energize us has its limits. And at some point, and I know this happens, like I said, to me all the time, we feel ready to go off on our own and to do what is ours to do, kind of separate. So I want to encourage you to say thank you to heavenly and spiritual beings that come to your aid, to your rescue, and to your support as you ask them for help to create the life that you want. Doesn't that make sense? Like, you wouldn't typically just walk through a door and not say thank you. You wouldn't typically receive food that you've ordered and not say thank you. Right? We're taught those common acts of kindness and respect. So beings of light really don't require gratitude like angels and guides and all. They really don't. It's just an energetic acknowledgement of trust and release that benefits us. When we bring ourselves to a sense of being grateful, we affirm that we have asked what we have asked for is already in existence. And then once we do that, we can move forward with confidence to do the things we're meant to do in that next moment, while knowing that all will be well. That's the thing. That's the big piece. One of the big pieces that I want to emphasize is that we can be so desperate for something to happen that we forget to say thank you and let it go because we are so tied to outcome. I am guilty of that. I still am. Very difficult for me. In some instances, I've gotten better. Some instances, to detach from outcome. So it's this belief in knowingness that you offer a prayer, request, whatever it is, a plea. You say, thank you. I give it to you, let go, and I go do my thing. I let you work out the details, universe, because you're going to do it anyway. I cannot control anything outside of myself. I give it to you. So it's this belief and knowingness that the universe has our backs that allows us to request and let go. Knowing that everything and everyone that shows up in our lives is divinely orchestrated at the most divine time. A big lesson for me, honestly, like I said, that I continue to be reminded about by my team is to let go of control. And I've also talked about this, that people's need to micromanage and control their lives and others' lives is because they're so anxious and they can't just be. Things have to be fixed. And if that's you, I would highly encourage you to start practicing being present, practicing relaxing breath, and saying to yourself, anything outside of myself, I have no influence over. Even if I write down my day in 15-minute increments, that's not going to mean shit because other people are late. There are external factors that change all the time that impact our plan. And y'all have heard the saying, we plan and God laughs. That's exactly what happens. So what you can control is how present you are, how you behave, what you think, what you feel, and what you ingest and expel. Those things, right? So, like I said, I struggle with this so badly when I want something to happen or something to work out so that my heart remains happy. And the bottom line with all of my wanting and desperation with those things is that I can push the arrival of what is best for me away. Or I can fail to recognize when my request has been answered because the answer looks different than what I wanted it to be in my mind, what the picture of it was. I had a should. It should look like this. Here's the deal, y'all. This is the thing I want you to hear too. You can't tell the universe how you want something to be. You can't. You could put an idea overall. I'd like a new car. I want a loving, happy, peaceful relationship. I'd like a new job. I want to move. I want to move to Arizona. I want to move to New York. I want to get into grad school. But guess what, y'all? You can only make a request about what you'd like. And then you got to remember that what occurs is a result of divine timing, and whatever happens is for your best interest, even if what you want so desperately doesn't work out. That's the hard part. When it doesn't work out the way you want it to, you get what you need from the universe, sweetheart, not what you want, ever. If it happens to align with something that you want, then it was meant for you. So practice gratitude with every request, y'all. And even in those times when you are not knocking on the universe's door to put in your order, practice gratitude for the moments of peace that you have right now where you're not asking. It's like walking down a hallway with many doors that are your many requests. You don't have a door immediately right after, but there's space in between as you walk down that hall. And until you get to the next door, you're walking down the hallway of your life. And in those moments, in those spaces in between prayers, requests, desperation, desire, just be grateful. Practice gratitude. Thank you for this break where I'm not feeling like I need to beg for my life to be different. Each moment is a chance to realign your energetic frequency with what you want for your life. And then you know what? Once you do that, once you really align, once you feel it as if it already exists, and you know it in your bones that something's going to happen, it will happen. The only thing you can do is have reverence for what's beyond you, the power beyond you. You make your request, just like you put your order in for food, and you wait for it to come out and accept what is offered to you. And if you don't like it, then that's a clue to you that you need to shift in some way. You got to try something different. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope that you take time to really have gratitude, not only for what's going on in your life right now, even the pain. I don't know that I've ever talked about this, but I have lower back issues. I have 3 discs that are really screwed up. I have a herniated disc, and then I have 2 degenerated discs that are bulging. I'm in a lot of pain a lot. It's hard for me to sit a lot. Hard for me to do some things a lot. So when I go to sleep at night, I say my gratefuls, and I run through the entire list until I'm done. And interestingly enough, I say thank you for my pain today, because I know there's some people who are paralyzed who can't feel what I feel, who can't walk, right? So I'm grateful. This is just a minor kind of redirect for me. And it pushes me to really look at my life and be aware of how quality it is. And if there's something in my life that I want to change, I put it out there. And the only person I can be true to really is me. And then things fall into place. So trust your spiritual assistance that whatever it is that you are meant to have will be yours. That means every single thing in your life, that great pair of shoes, that new job, that amazing romantic partner, the entrance into grad school, the new clients, abundance in every form, peace, happiness, health, is all there for you, because we're all entitled to it divinely, because we are all divine. It's just in our human form, we have to fix some human flaws. I wish you a blessed day, a wonderful week, and as always, live intuitively.
Thanks for listening to The Intuitive Therapist. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend. And be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.